Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a story for you here today titled Wife Left Me for My Best Friend, and now she wants me back after he cheated 2 days later. So here we have a wife who leaves her husband, and she's like, you know what? I'm going to go hook up with his best friend. Maybe the best friend is attractive or tall, or maybe he has a lot of money or something. But only 2 days later, she is begging to have her relationship back, okay? After the dude cheated on her 2 days later. That is absolutely hilarious. So without further ado, let's jump into the story. It says, a 34-year-old man shares the emotional wreckage of being betrayed by not only his wife, but also his best friend. Just days after throwing away their marriage for someone else, she comes crawling back, absolutely shocked that the fantasy didn't last. So normally, guys, what happens is the women will go out there, they'll leave, they'll get with another dude, and they'll think that the relationship will last, and maybe it will last a couple of weeks, okay, before the dude gets sick of her and throws her out because she's a pain in the ass and he has other options. And he never wanted anything serious in the first place. But this one only lasted 2 days, which makes it even funnier. He says, I'm 34 and I was married to my now ex-wife who is 31 for 6 years. We were together for 8 years. We met in our mid-20s, we moved in together quickly, and we got married about 2 years after dating. Our marriage had its ups and downs like most marriages, but nothing felt out of the ordinary. I thought that everything was fine. I worked a lot, but I made sure to show up emotionally and be supportive. She had her own career, her independence, and I respected that. We had separate hobbies, but we'd always come back together at the end of the day. She was close with my friend group, especially my best friend of nearly 15 years. Let's call him Dave. He was at our wedding. We all hung out regularly. In hindsight, maybe a little too regularly. I will never understand these people who think that it's normal for like their wives to be best buddies with their friend group. It is something that never makes sense to me, guys. Like, I mention this every time I see it, okay? But like, why, for example, why would I need to be best buddies with my friend's wife? Okay, why should I even be communicating with her outside of anything that involves all of us at the same time? It makes no sense to me. I think it's incredibly disrespectful. I think it's something that can lead to terrible things. But everyone seems to think that it's normal, right? So we have this dude who has this friend group, and his wife is super close with the friend group. Very strange to me, but whatever. He says, a few months ago, I noticed that something was off. My wife became distant. She became less affectionate. She became less talkative. She became distracted. And at first, I chalked it up to stress or work or whatever. But then I noticed that she was texting a lot more, always with her phone face down. She started dressing up randomly on weekday evenings, saying that she was meeting her co-workers for drinks, and then came the gut punch. Again, right? More things that people will accuse men of being insecure about, okay? Oh, so what? Your wife wants to dress up and go out to meet her co-workers. Don't be insecure. That's totally normal. Let me be the first to say, guys, that is not totally normal, okay? Your wife or girlfriend or whatever dressing up randomly on weekdays to go out and meet with coworkers is not normal behavior. Again, a lot of gaslighting directed at men, a lot of nonsense directed at men, but I think that men should be out here trusting their guts as opposed to listening what society has to tell them, right? I think that if men go out here and they listen blindly to what society tells them, their life is going to be ruined, right? Or at least there's going to be a very high probability of it being ruined, whether that be by a woman divorcing you, whether that be by, you know, you becoming a slave in a position that is never going to actually enrich your life. I mean, all of that is a discussion for another time. Listening to society in general, probably a bad idea, particularly with regards to relationships. He says, one Sunday morning, she sat me down and told me she had developed feelings for somebody else, and it was Dave. Right, not just feelings, she had already acted on them. She had been seeing him behind my back for at least a month. She told me that she didn't want to lie anymore and said that she was following her heart. She actually had the nerve to say it might be a good thing for me too, because we'd both find out what we truly needed. He says, I told her to pack her things and leave. Hey, shout out to this guy, absolutely fantastic. She tried to argue logistics, wanted time to figure it out, but I told her no. She made her choice. So this woman respects her husband so little. What did she do? She came home, or she was at home, whatever, and she literally said, "Hey, I'm interested in Dave. I've already acted on it. Let's start seeing other people." And this guy was not having any of it. Completely disgusting, man. So not only did the wife betray him in like a matter of 2 seconds, like this would have came completely. This guy would have been completely blindsided by this. Okay, so not only did he get betrayed by the wife, but simultaneously, this guy also gets screwed over by his best friend of like, I believe he said 15 years. Now, I don't know about you. I would lose my marbles a bit, to be honest. I think these guys, you know, oftentimes show great emotional control because they have to, right? If you're a dude and you flip out and you start raging, you break a chair, or you know what I mean? Like you have some sort of angry reaction to this, which in my view is completely justified. I mean, it's not a couple of, it's not outside of the realm of possibilities, okay, that police get called on you and something bad happens. So shout out to these guys who are able to control themselves. He told her to pack her crap and leave. Fantastic. Literally 2 days after she left, I got the message from her. At first, I didn't even want to open it, but curiosity got the better of me. She was frantic. She said that she'd made a mistake, that Dave had turned cold after she moved in with him, that he told her it was just about excitement, not anything long-term, that he hooked up with someone else already and told her it was too much. She was too much to deal with. Ooh. So this woman got told that she was too much of a pain in the ass within 2 days. That's got to be some type of a speed run attempt, right? That is something else. This woman tried to make it work with this other guy, and within 2 days, the other dude was already sick of her. This kind of makes me question also what the husband was putting up with. What else existed that he was putting up with that he shouldn't have been putting up with, right? Because if some dude just instantly turns this woman down and says, no, you're too much of a headache, you're too much to deal with, it typically means that the dude she left was probably putting up with some serious like behavioral issues or attitudes and things like this. So she came back and she said she missed what we had and hoped that we could talk, and he didn't respond. Over the next week, she called, texted, emailed, even showed up at my work once. That's always great. She cried. She said she was confused, heartbroken, and misled, but not once did she take accountability. Not once did she say she betrayed me. Everything was about how she felt. Yeah, so she doesn't give a damn whatsoever. She doesn't care, refuses to take any accountability. He says, I've gone full no contact. I've blocked her on everything. I've also stopped speaking to Dave, obviously. He hasn't even attempted to reach out, which tells me everything I need to know about what kind of person he always was. Some of our mutual friends were shocked at first, but most supported me once they heard what actually happened. A few tried to stay neutral. I've distanced myself from them too. Again, I think that is a fantastic move as well, guys, right? You've got friends like this, quote unquote, who are okay with people who have completely done one of the worst things imaginable to you, and they're going to stick around like nothing happened and still expect to be your friend? Absolutely not. But guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. Don't forget to leave your thoughts and your comments. What would you have done in this situation? I think it's hilarious that this woman gets thrown out within 2 days. We're going to be leaving it there. Take care of yourselves, guys, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one. Peace.